pistols, prayer, and potluck. This is Armed Lutheran Radio.
Hi folks, welcome to Armed Lutheran Radio, a show about, well, you know, all the usual stuff. Hunting, competitive shooting, self-defense, God's Word, all that good stuff. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Lloyd Bailey, the Armed Lutheran, and this is episode 196. And why am I so jolly? Well, it's just 4 weeks away from our 200th episode, which will release the Sunday before Christmas. And today is our 4th annual Christmas wish list episode, just in time for your Black Friday shopping. This is something we do every year. We've done it since, I think, episode 49 was the first one back in 2016. We tried to do this one a little bit early so that you could take these recommendations into account as you go out and do your Black Friday shopping. We've got tips from and recommendations from the whole cast coming your way. But first, I want to thank the members of the Reformation Gun Club and everybody who supports the show. Armed Lutheran Radio is listener-funded, so we rely on the support of our listeners, and that means those of you who buy swag from the Armed Lutheran shop or who order through the affiliate links that you find on the website. Those of you who have bought the Armed Lutheran books, those would make great gifts for the for Christmas for your gun-loving Lutheran friends. And a special thank you to the members of the Reformation Gun Club who get access to hundreds of hours of exclusive content, some really cool Armed Lutheran swag, and the satisfaction of knowing that they make all of this possible. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to join them, if you would like to support the show, you can find out more about the Reformation Gun Club at armedlutheran.us/gun club. Check out all the benefits, all the different options there on that website. We would love to have you join us and be a part of our monthly online hangouts. We just had one this past week. It was great. Mia and Pastor Bennett and a couple of the Gun Club members. And our December hangout is coming up December 14th at 9 p.m. And it's going to be our 200th, kind of a 200th episode extravaganza. We'll have some special guests and the whole cast there together. So be sure to take a look at the Facebook group, the Fans of Armed Lutheran Radio Facebook group, for announcements about that. Okay, like I said, this is our Christmas gift list episode. It's something, a tradition that we started way back in episode 49 in 2016, and every year we like to share our gift ideas for hunters, for competitive shooters, for gun enthusiasts. Well, for me this year, I have just a couple of recommendations, but the two things that I think were most useful for me this year, and I see being very useful in the years to come, and something that lots of different people who hunt, people who are into extreme sports, people who are competitive shooters, fishermen would enjoy these products. So check these out. The first one I want to recommend for you, if someone you love is a competitive shooter or they're into extreme sports they've been thinking about getting a GoPro, but they've just haven't been able to pull the trigger on it because it's just too expensive. They just couldn't justify the cost. Well, let me give you an alternative that I recommend because I actually have one myself and I really like it. It's the Akaso V50 Pro action camera, and it's an awesome alternative. It's got a touch screen, which is something you don't typically see at the price point that this comes in at. It shoots in native 4K resolution at 30 frames per second. It's got electronic image stabilization, so if you use it for action sports, mounted on a helmet or on a cap or on your bicycle or your motorcycle, it kind of cuts down on that shaking as the camera moves and makes the video more smooth. It's got a Bluetooth remote control. It comes with a waterproof case that's waterproof up to 100 feet if you're into scuba diving, want to do any underwater kind of videos. It has Wi-Fi, so you can connect it to your mobile device, control it with your phone through an app remotely. And it's got HDMI output, so you can connect the camera directly to a monitor or to a television and watch your videos right directly off the camera. And it comes with an absolute ton of accessories, all kinds of different mounts that you can use. So you could mount it on your dashboard. You can mount it on a mountain bike or motorcycle handlebars, or you could mount it to a hat or to a helmet. There's all kinds of different ways to mount them. The best part is it comes in around $120. That's about a third of what a GoPro costs. So go out and check that out. That is the Akaso V50 Pro action camera. It's just a great alternative to more expensive big name action cameras. And it doesn't skimp on the features either. So a really good alternative if you or somebody you know is interested in getting an action camera. The second thing I've got on my list is something that I've mentioned before, but I'm going to mention it again because I think it's just a great thing, and I use it a lot. It's been terrific this year. Mia mentioned this product. She saw it at SHOT Show. I think it was last year. And I went out and got one, and I just love it. It's a rechargeable hand warmer from Zippo, the people who make lighters. Now, I call it the Magic Bean because it's kind of this little curved bean shape. It fits perfectly in your hand, and it's great. It's awesome. I've used it at IDPA matches. I've used it when my daughter was out cheering at football games, and we had to go, and it was cold in the evening or in the early morning. I've taken it out to trick-or-treating with the kids, and when your hands are cold, you can stuff them in your pocket, and this thing warms right up, and it does a terrific job. No waiting around for it to warm up like those chemical warmers. It's got a 5,200 milliamp battery that lasts up to 6 hours at 120 degrees. It's got 5 different heat settings, so you can do, depending on how warm you want to get it, it'll really warm up, and it warms up fast. It doubles as a USB charger as well, so if it's not cold, you can always take it with you and plug in your portable devices and recharge them. It's made by Zippo, so it's a well-known brand. It's a reputable company. It's a fantastic product. I keep one in my range bag, and it comes out of my range bag a lot for other things not related to shooting. It would make a great gift for the hunter or the fisherman or the competitive shooter or any outdoorsman in your life, and doesn't like messing with those chemical hand warmers and the way that sometimes they don't warm up and sometimes it takes them forever and sometimes they just don't warm up very much at all. All you got to do is plug it in when you're finished at the end of the day, when you get back to your house or your hotel or the car, and charge it back up and you're good to go again. And it's under $30. Really easily pays for itself in just a few uses, and I love it. I've actually considered getting a couple more to make sure that I never forget one when I'm out. Check for links to that product and to the action camera in the show notes. They are affiliate links, which means that if you do purchase, we will make a small commission here at Armed Lutheran Radio, and it's not in addition. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It just means that a portion of what you pay at no additional cost to you helps to pay for what we do here, and we really do appreciate that as well. All right, so those are my recommendations. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with tips from the rest of the crew right after this.
You can help support Armed Lutheran Radio just by listening to the show. Go to armedlutheran.us/radio and download the Radio Public app and start listening.
I want to take a minute here to thank our partner, the Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network. If you're involved in a situation where you have to use your firearm in self-defense, you very well may find yourself in a legal battle against overzealous prosecutors or the families of the criminal who you shot, or threatened, who are looking to deprive you of your freedom or your hard-earned savings. You may find yourself charged with a crime or facing a civil lawsuit even if you did nothing wrong. That's where Armed Citizens Legal Defense Network comes in. For a small yearly fee, they will provide you with money for attorneys, money for bail, consultations, and access to experts like Marty Hayes and Massad Ayub. Don't face the fight alone. Visit Armed Citizens Network today. Use the promo code ARMEDLutheran-25. Save $25 off your first year's membership, or you can grab the coupon on my website, armedlutheran.us. Sign up today. They will send you lots of cool resources, 8 instructional DVDs, and a book by Massad Ayub that I cannot recommend highly enough. Don't wait until you need their help. Be prepared. Sign up today. Visit armedcitizensnetwork.org.
Time now for Mia's Motivations with Mia Anstein.
Hey gun clubbers and soon to be gun clubbers, it is Mia here. I am excited to be talking to you today because I have a Christmas gift wish list, idea list, want list, things that you must get for other people list. I don't know what you want to call it. We've done gift lists over the years for Father's Day, Mother's Day, and of course Christmas, because that's one of the key giving holidays. This year, I decided I wanted to reach out to some of the gun guys that I know and some of the gun girls that I know. And some of them are casual shooters, some are competitive shooters, some are hunters, some are not. Some just own guns and they shoot solely for self-defense and basic knowledge purposes. So this is a variety of ideas. And before I delve into it, it's really lengthy, but I want to tell you what I learned from asking these questions, especially from the men. I asked my husband to ask his friends, and oh my gosh, they were so excited that somebody wanted to know what they would like to receive for Christmas. That's pretty cool, and that really is a key indicator that if you want to know what to get somebody for Christmas, just ask them. It's a great idea. So I'm going to give you some rundowns on what I've got here. I will give Lloyd a link where you can go to my Amazon affiliate page. There are a lot of the items are there. Nothing in this segment is sponsored. I'm sponsored by no one. And there are some name brand things on my affiliate list. There are some specific items. For instance, somebody said they wanted a Beretta hat and shirt. I put that on my Amazon page, but hey, maybe you guys shoot Glock, or maybe somebody shoots a Remington or a Ruger or whatever the gun is. You could kind of sway those in the direction of what the person in your life uses. Just gear it toward them. That's a great thing in life. So let's get going. One of my friends who is a board member with me, he says he would like a chronograph, shooting bags, a lead sled, custom hearing protection, and this is something, if you have some money, that is something that I know a lot of gun people would like, is custom hearing protection. Look at that one. He also said he would like a metal dinger, guns. I would tell you more than one person said guns. So a gun is a great idea. Ask them what kind they want before you buy a gun, because that's quite an investment and you want to get them what they would like. Something else that he mentioned is a long-range shooting school. Please, he says, long-range shooting school, please. I like that with a nice ask. You can pay attention to the people that you're looking for gifts for, and if they need a basic handgun school, look for a good one for them. If maybe they want to learn defensive skills, send them to Gunsight Academy, or look for these schools and find one that they would like. So that's a great idea. Another friend says, I want a 6.5 Grendel. So this is a cartridge that I will have to expand on in another segment, but that's an idea. Get them, again, the caliber of gun that they want. He says, oh, or do you mean like accessories? Because I can always use reloading tools. They are very cool. Things like primer shakers and other items like that. So those are great ideas. And he's not the only one who suggested that. So let me keep going on this list. I just love this list. This friend of mine is also on another board with me. He says, I would love an over-under 12 gauge for Christmas if anyone asks. And I think that was a hint because I actually know his wife too. So I maybe have to slip her a tip when we meet for our Christmas dinner or holiday dinner. He also said anything concealed carry he would like, gun accessories, etc. Somebody else who I deal with on different products, he's not suggesting any of the products that he sells, but he has great ideas here. And this here, again, not sponsored, but he has items here. OnX Hunt Maps subscription. This is something you can download onto your phone, and it's like a GPS. I have it on my phone. So that's something you can get them a subscription for that. A phone scope, which actually hooks to your optics, your binoculars, your rifle scope, or your spotting scope. A phone scope can record your shot. It's really cool. So you can watch the playback and see what your bullet did during the flight. I like those. Native by Carlton calls. And I swear by these calls, and so does this friend. And so those are great ones. They have mouth reads, they have open calls, they have bugles. You can check them out online. A thermocell. Thermocells are great if you live down south, which I know a lot of the listeners do, for keeping mosquitoes away. A thermocell is a great gift idea. They not only have the original thermocell units, but they have lanterns that you can put on the deck or on your patio. So those are great gift ideas. A Sawyer small water filter, and this is something if you're a hiker or a hunter, you definitely need filtration bottles. Trekking poles. A jet boil. I take this in my backpack all the time just for emergency purposes. And as I said, there's links on that affiliate page. A Kestrel. So regardless of what kind of a rifle shooter you are, a Kestrel will help you with windage and help you get more accurate shooting. So check Kestrel out. He suggests Hatch outdoor bipods, and I haven't used those, so we'll have to check those out. Let me know. Maybe you can let us know over in the Facebook group and what you think of Hatch Outdoors bipods. He also suggests raffle tickets for statewide tags. That's an idea I had never thought of, but that's a really good idea. And maybe you want to get him a raffle ticket for a gun or something like that. So good gift ideas, kind of like lottery tickets. Slings. This friend of mine, I've hunted with him down in Oklahoma. He says slings. Most hunters have plenty of guns and they don't have enough slings, and he laughs. You can always get another good sling, and then they won't have to switch as often. It never fails. Whenever I want to use my gun, it doesn't have a sling on it. Excellent idea, gunsling. He says targets, and he and I both say look for shoot and see targets. These ones, when you shoot, it gives you an orange splat instead of a green splat. That orange splat will show up a lot better when you're shooting at a distance than the green splats. He suggested something else that's a great stocking stuffer idea. Sharpies for marking the targets. Excellent idea. Ear muffs that are low profile so that they don't bump into your shotgun or rifle. Shooting bags, a shooting mat. And he said if you're going to get shooting bags, get the pre-filled ones. Another friend of mine who comes down elk hunting, he says, I want a good pair of warm socks that will keep me cozy and not make my feet sweat. And on that one, I have recommended this before. WSI Sports makes heater gear, HEATR. Heater, and this stuff has an element in the fabric that reacts with your heat of your body, and they help keep you warm. Here, my friend Rusty, he says a mini gun cleaning kit that will fit in my saddlebags. That's a great idea, and a mini gun cleaning kit also would fit perfectly in your range bag. So he also says I would like some spuds, and spuds are mini lens cleaning cloths. These are great for your spotting scope, binoculars, and your rifle scope. My friend Melvin says I would like a gun cleaning kit, a gun sock, sandbags, lead sled, gun vise, gun tripod, bipod, range bag, target stands, and steel targets. I think he kind of went general on this, and he probably has a lot of it, but as you know, some of this stuff wears out and you can always use new ones. Check it out at the range if you're out shooting with a friend and see what's worn out at their range. Another friend says, I would like Fix-It Sticks, and he gives the website is fixitsticks.com. He said these are screwdrivers and torque wrenches for scopes, rings, and other small rifle parts. Real Avid. I have a Real Avid shotgun bore cleaner, and I love it. He says, I would like a real Avid tool. It looks like a Swift Army knife that has almost every tool that you need for a select gun. So you can get these real Avid tools to match your AR-15 or to match your 22. So look at that. If you're going to look at real Avid tools, you want to match what kind of firearms they have. He says J. Dewey cleaning rods. He recommends J. Dewey rods because they are nylon coated rods and they are a lot better on your barrel. They're not going to wear your rifling down inside your barrel. He recommends Harris bipods. So again, earlier I recommended a bipod. This one says Harris bipods. I actually do have a gun that has a Harris bipod on it and they're great. They work. I also have Swagger bipods, and they're a little more diverse for hunting situations, or if you're doing any shooting competitions where you need a bipod and you're running and moving and then you can put your bipod down. Those Swagger bipods work really well because they adjust to diverse terrain really easy. This one he also recommends, and this is a great idea. Books are a great idea. He recommends a book by Brian Litz. It's called Applied Ballistics for Long-Range Shooting. He says, this is the best book that I have found, and it gives great Wheeler Engineering makes tools. He said a hammer and punch set or screwdriver set is great for somebody who would like to do gunsmithing on their own firearms. He also recommends paracord. 550 paracord precisely, and he says this isn't really a shooting item. It comes in all colors and lengths. It's a good rope when you need it. It seems that you are only limited by your imagination when it comes to uses for this rope. Everyone should have it. So there you go, another stocking stuffer, some 550 paracord. Of course, if you buy the giant rolls, that's not going to fit in the stocking. So check that out if you're ordering online. He also said good tools. If you're interested in doing your own gunsmithing, always look for good tools. So if you know somebody who's doing their own reloading, their own gunsmithing, look for those items, and maybe there's something they need. There's always something when you're reloading or gunsmithing. There's always another little thing that you can have. So all of those tips were from the guys. And as I said, they were so excited. Here's a little list from some of the ladies that gave me some answers, and they were excited too, but I tell you, the guys were really excited to be asked this question, and it just makes me smile. So the ladies, we'll just kind of go down a bullet point list I have here. One says, purple bullets from King Shooter's Supply for my reloads. So there's a lady who reloads, and I didn't know there were purple bullets, and I'm going to have to look this up, and maybe you will too. Purple bullets or purple casings? I'm curious about this. Another lady says a bucket of ammo or a gift card from Tactica Defense Fashion. The next lady said, I want a comfort carry belly band. It is so hard to find the right holster for your right clothing and for the right season and time of the year. So unless they already have the holsters, you really can't go wrong, because we spend a lot of money buying holsters and trying to see when they're going to fit, when they're not going to fit. And if it doesn't work out for them, maybe get them the gift receipt so they can exchange it. Another person says, Hoppy's gun cleaner is my favorite. Another friend, this is one of my very good friends, all she said is, I want a SCAR 17 and FDE. Done. No fluff to that at all. It's very precise, so there will be no mistakes in her gift. Someone else said, arrange membership. This would be handy dandy neato keen to find in my stocking. Aha, another stocking stuffer idea. Another friend, she recommends a trauma kit for her range bag, and we all should have safety kits in our range bags. We should have first aid kits, and a trauma kit is very important, and you also need to know how to use it. You can go back and listen to some of Erin Israel's tips about go bags and such things, emergency stuff like this, but she said to be choosy about the tourniquet that you get. May I recommend the soft TW, as it may prove to improve the chance of a limb being saved after being present when 2 men were shot accidentally. The Dark Angel trauma kit was put to use to save a life. They guarantee replacement of parts of their kit if they are used to save a life. They are pricey, but not too much when it comes to saving a life, and maybe even your own. Check out their videos too. I was never so happy to have it available as when it was needed. So that is from her. That's her recommendation. Someone else mentions a new body conceal carry holster. Another one, this is great ideas, stocking stuffers and things. 2A Jewels necklaces, Southern Bullets necklaces, monogram shotgun slings, 511 Mesa pants. Ooh, 511 pants. You can get those for men or women. 511 gear is great. Oakley kitchen sink bag. So this is a backpack, and so check those out. There's a link to that in that affiliate that I'll have Lloyd give to you. Danner High Ground boots. She also recommend PIG gloves, pig gloves, a Breda cap and pullover, which I mentioned earlier. Another lady says, a Walther Q5 9mm steel frame and a Versa Max 12-gauge shotgun. I'm just saying, in case Santa Claus hits the lotto. I hope her Santa hits the lotto. Another one here, a Springfield Hellcat 9mm. And the last one on the ladies list is Southern Bullets Wingman holster and 2 pairs of Alexo leggings. I actually interviewed Amy from Alexo back when she was first starting her leggings and her athletic wear. So check out Alexo Athletica, and they have actually leggings that are designed to carry cell phones and other items, but also your handguns, so that you can protect yourself when you're out running alone in those wee hours of the morning. Check those out. As I said, nothing here is sponsored today, but I hope it got you pumping and you have some great ideas for those people in your life who deserve some good gifts. Have a great one. Talk to you next time. Bye, guys.
You can read more from Mia, watch her YouTube videos, or check out her podcast, Mac Outdoors with Mia and Leah, at miaanstein.com. Time now for another Ballistic Minute with Sergeant Bill Sylvia.
Hey everybody, I'm Sergeant Bill. This is your Ballistic Minute. So Lloyd asked me to do a Christmas list episode, and so here it is. I listened to last year's and made sure I didn't repeat it. Really, what I'd like for Christmas this year is time to spend with my family and friends, to shoot with my wife and my son and teach my son and daughter how to shoot. Patience to do my job for at least a few more years without going crazy. Health. I'd like for my mother-in-law's health to improve. She's battling cancer right now. On a selfish note, I'd like for to heal and strengthen my knees and my body. It's been an up and down year. I've had some injuries, and getting old is not as fun as everybody says it is. Opportunities. I'd like the opportunities to be healthier, to be happier, continuing to improve in my shooting, and also to find a fun post-retirement job or second career. I've been 18 and a half years in law enforcement, and it might be time in another year or two to move on to something else. Now, if you're listening to this thinking, hey, you're supposed to tell me what to buy my significant other or family member that's a shooter that needs something for Christmas and I have no idea what to get them, I stick with what I said last year. All shooters that shoot a lot or practice for concealed carry or competition or whatever it may be can always use more magazines and more ammo. More magazines make it easier to load them up and practice drills more without having to stop and reload magazines. And more ammo gives you more practice ammo to shoot and get better with. And I don't know anybody who says they have too much ammo. I hope everyone has a happy, healthy, Merry Christmas and a prosperous, healthy, wonderful New Year. I'm Sergeant Bill. This is your Ballistic Minute.
Sergeant Bill Sylvia is a veteran of the Dallas Police Force and a masterclass competitive shooter. You can check out his YouTube videos at armedlutheran.us/Sergeant Bill. It's time for Pastoral Pontifications with Pastor John Bennett.
Hello, beloved listeners. This is Pastor John Bennett. Aside from gun-related stuff, things that I would really love to have, I'd like to have more time. More time with my wife, more time with my children, more time to develop a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with my wife. For those of you who are married, take time to really nurture that relationship with your spouse. It is so important that you nurture that relationship and you build that love and that trust that you have with one another. I'd like to have more quality time with my children. I didn't have the best childhood growing up, and I don't want my children to ever doubt for a minute of how much they mean to me, how fulfilling my life is because they are in it. I'd like to have nicer weather. It's been absolutely crappy out here in Minnesota, and I'd like to have nicer weather so I can get outside and get my rifle that I recently bought sighted in with the scope and just have some time to go outside and shoot. I'd like to have good health. One thing that happens with a lot of pastors this time of year, I took a look at my calendar and I have a total of 18 church services for the month of December. I've got a lot of work cut out for me. I often get sick during this time of year. So this Christmas, I'd like to stay healthy. What else would I like for Christmas? I would like you all to have a very wonderful celebration of the birth of Christ. And may you never forget the entire purpose of this season. As wonderful as Christmas is, the manger would be nothing without the cross. For our Lord Jesus Christ entered into human flesh, that he might bear the burden of our sins on the cross, that through his death and resurrection we should have that gift of everlasting life through faith in him. I'm wishing you all God's richest blessings this Christmas season and throughout the new year.
For show notes, be sure to visit our website at www.armedlutheran.us. Check out the Facebook page, The Armed Lutheran, or join our Facebook group, Fans of Armed Lutheran Radio. If you like what you hear, please leave us a comment on our feedback page at armedlutheran.us/feedback or a review on iTunes and let us know what you think. Thank you for listening to Armed Lutheran Radio.